Hello and welcome to the Pakhtakor Stadium here for Pakhtakor versus Ahal in Group A on match day 3. It is a big affair for Pakhtakor, whose history in the AFC is pretty big. But at the moment, they find themselves sat at the foot of the table. It really is a must-win game for the Uzbekistan side, who need to get 3 points today against Ahal to stay well and truly in the mix in Group A. Later on this afternoon, Al will take on Al Faisal. But for now, on a rather crisp evening here in Tashkent, the two sides will be waiting to open up their campaigns on match day 3. In both teams' domestic leagues, they're not exactly in the best of form. Pakhtakor have won 1, drawn 2 and lost 3, scoring 6 and conceding 9 in those games, and they failed to score first in any of those 6 contests, and all their goals coming after the half-time whistle, whilst their opponents are pretty fluent in the first half. Ahal have won 2 and lost 4 of their last 6, not the greatest, but more points netted for their side in their last 6 domestic games. Well, Pakhtakor are looking for their first win in the early stages here of the Champions League group stage as they face Ahal today. And they've got a pretty big record inside the AFC Champions League. This is their 113th game in the AFC Champions League, winning 46 of them, drawing 24 and losing 42. We're semi-finalists back in the day, 2002, 2003 and 2003, 2004. And they're on their way to winning the league title in Uzbekistan for possibly the 16th time and the 5th time in a row. And of course, they have had their adversity in the past as well. The Lions, the Cotton Growers, or the People's Team. They are the side from Uzbekistan, and they will be looking to take on the Turkmenistan side of Ahal, whose Champions League record before today, 6 games, 1 win, 1 draw and 4 defeats. So they're relative newcomers. They won their league in 2022, and they've been runners-up 6 times, but they haven't been in existence too long. 1989 was the first time they sprung to prominence. But whilst all around them is getting ready, this is the money spinner. Not a goal scored by Pakhtakor so far in their 2 games, whilst Ahal sits second in the table with 1 draw and 1 victory. Fayar beat Pakhtakor 2-0 in the first game of the group, whilst Ahal went down to Al Ain by 4 goals to 2. And Ahal beat Al Fayar, and Al Ain beat Pakhtakor at home. So those games are done and dusted. The next set of games will see the return fixtures, with Pakhtakor travelling to Ahal and Al Fayar taking on Al Ain in the next group matches. But today it is all about Pakhtakor trying to get back into Group A here at the Pakhtakor Stadium here in Tashkent. Decent atmosphere building inside the ground. Home side there, led out by their captain Saviev. All Japanese referees team, we should say, or officialdom, we should say. Pakhtakor know that they have to find something from this game. Changing the keeper, as you can see, Pavlyuchenko is in goal. They've had 3 keepers now. Yaparov and Haliev. No, I should change that, sorry. I just wanted to... Kuvatov was the other one in the first game. So they have they've changed their keeper today. Pavlyuchenko is in. missing their top scorer as well, Dragan Serrana. 11 goals in the season. He's not even on the bench today. Didn't know he had an injury, was looking across to see it. But it is all about the next 90 minutes. That leaves Azizbek Turgunboev as the man to try and score the goals. He will be an inverted winger. Come in on his opposite foot. Did win last time out. They beat FK Turan by 3-0. And they did rest a few players ready for this game today. All white for the away side today. Normally Ahal in green.
Okay, guys, good luck this match. Okay,
referee just going through the final preparations. Mantagayev with 2 goals in the Champions League. Kuniev and Vasimov with assists in those goals for Ahal. Immaculate looking pitch. Nice stadium here at the Bunyodkor Stadium in Tashkent. Motive music plays as the AFC Champions League flag comes out. And we are but moments away from, you tend to feel it's going to be a must-win situation for the home side, Pakhtakor. They've played their games, they've had their moment of freedom on the pitch, they've gone through their routines. And now, the preliminaries, and slapping all the way along the line. Respect for everybody. But will there be any love lost when it actually comes to the 90 minutes of football? Well, as I say, Pavel Pavlyuchenko comes in goal today. Cards there for Zamrobekov, Koldokhorov and Kolmatov and Safiev. They're all on yellow cards. Don't forget, in this AFC Champions League now, accumulation of cards can see a suspension from the match. Here's our team. Ida, Mr. Ida is our referee, assisted by Nishihashi and Mr. Watanabe. Fourth official is Karasahara, and VAR is Yasuki Araki. They will be the people that will be making the decisions. Now we have the 2 players, Dagayev on the right and Safiev wearing number 34. Just do the toss of the coin. Yeah, 4 on the card as well. Bashmov, Daniev, Tagayev and Meredov all on cards. If you get 3 separate cards, you are banned for the next match in the group stages. Already those players on cards. Mr. Ida just going through that. A couple of cards there for Geldiov and Umarov on the bench as well there for Ahal. Kanov brought in, made a couple of changes, as I say. At the back, there is no Steen Vorden, who was playing centre half. He's been replaced by Amraliev. as well at the top of the park. Barasak is out. And they're going for 3 attacking midfielders, almost a false number 9 for Pakhtakor today. And we're off. Group A, match day 3. Good header away by Geliev. We'll have to deal with this again. Does so with a hook over the shoulder. Who settles first? Good work there. Good toe in as well. Samara-Bokov gets the ball away. Mr. Eid has a player down already. Didn't see what happened now. He was following the ball, which was completely away to the right-hand side. Maxim Shetki, the head coach of Pakhtakor. The man that's gone down was Azimedinov. He's had a bit of a clattering at the start. But he looks to have no ill effects there and back on his feet. Aliev, Azimedinov just checks back. Aliev spotted with the natty yellow headband on his near side. Alionov in the corner looking down the channel. Control. Nicely played at the top of the park there by Kolomatov. He's just given the ball away, which allows Turzanov to try and clear it. Already Pakhtakor trying to keep Ahal deep in their own half. Serdar Geliev wasn't too animated in the pre-match consultation with the reporter. Literally said, we've got our team set up. Middle of the park, Sabir Kojev tries to play it forward. Knocked away by Suyunov. Chance of a break here. Not a lot of support here for the white shirts, but it's a good run. And the referee blows up for the free kick. Bashimov was the one that carried the ball forward. Ahal in the healthier position inside the group. Nerves could be settled very quickly, fancy in this game. Zamrobekov was the man with the challenge there. Jumpaida just making sure the wall is back far enough. Pavlyuchenko, the man that's got to be ready for this free kick. Tagayev is going to deliver it. Quite a high line, as you can see, outside the Pakhtakor penalty area. Tagayev elects to leave it. There's a routine there, shortly played in. I'm not sure that second touch was the one, but the effort was a little bit of a surprised effort, to say the least. Shanov was the man that side-footed it high over the top of the crossbar of Pavlyuchenko's goal. Azimedinov, Amraliev, trying just to get plenty of time on the football, get used to their passes. Alionov, Azimedinov now. Well, that's at least a half a dozen passes within the same space at the back then. Finally, it's got to be Hamraliev out to Alionov. Hooked round the corner again. Good flick on. Flag should go up. One feels if that ball goes through, but Suyunov was the first there to react. Koldukonov was the man that was trying to get a half a yard in front of the defenders. Nicely picked up. Still would like to see an early flag when it's clearly offside, but that's a preference of your commentator and nobody else. Ahaliev. Ahal deciding to play football on the edge of their own 18-yard box and have been smothered somewhat. Strength in the middle of the park from Omajamedov. But it's Pakhtakor that picked the ball up and cushioned it back nicely to Pavlyuchenko. nerves will play a part in this game for Pakhtakor. It is a big match for them. This will take them within a point if they were to beat their visitors today of Ahal in the table. That's the later game in this group. Is Al Ain versus Al Fayha, which you fancy maybe going the way of the side that are unbeaten, Al Ain, in the group. It means third, second and fourth will be really close if it goes the way of the home side today. But it's goalless at the moment. We're into the 6th minute and nobody really showing signs of being demonstrably any better than the other. Ahal just waiting for Suyanov to sort his socks out, and they've just played it square to him. Atmosphere drops down a touch and it becomes a little bit quiet inside the stadium, and that clearance is very poor. Real chance here on the spin. Sam Robikov couldn't find the pass forward. Has to go back to Alionov. Nicely played on this near side. Chance now for Turgan Boev to play it through. Good strong challenge back there. Nobody really making any inroads. A nice bit of pace this time. But in the end, overplayed it, overstretched. And Pakhtakor picked the ball off again. Turgan Boev goes through the centre. Real chance here. Pakhtakor. Can he finish? Good save this time by Aliyev. Flag goes up. It's twice now, the number 11. Trying to play off the last defender's shoulder. It's just gone a little bit early. Kodorkanov. Gurbanov tries to play it down the line. Coming across. A good strong challenge ultimately by Hamraliev. So they have the man with 2 goals in the group so far for Ahal. Wearing the captain's armband as well, bearing the responsibility. No out and out forward today for Ahal. Left back Turznov down the line. Well, the shot was chancy by Gurbanov. Took it early, as is the inverted wingers nowadays. Azmadinov to Hamraliev. Alionov just holding it. It's been years ago since the early 2000s since Pakhtakor were really a force in AFC, but they are regulars within the AFC Champions League. And of course they will continue to do so. They are at the top of their table looking for their 6th consecutive title, and maybe their 16th in all for another season of Champions League football. But this is the one that matters right at this moment. Referee finally blows the whistle. Serdar Geldiev not too impressed with that decision, but it's gone against him. On his side. I think it's a fair old shoulder there. Erkinov with the man that went down under the shoulder from Bazimov, but Bazimov no. Makes it forward, Turgayev. This ball inside. This is going to be picked off by Sabir Kojayev. And a real chance now. Erkinov, can he pull it back? He does so. Doesn't find a yellow shirt. Ahal on the break. Good covering by Hamraliev. And now Alionov just takes the sting out of any break by Ahal. As he picked up there, Erkinov, far side. Saviev has made the overlap. Saviev with a cross. Ahal not making it easy for themselves back there either. Saviev. Chance now for them to build again. Pakhtakor. Hamraliev. Leonov really did try to thread the iron needle. Again, Ahal not really making the most of the break there. Just a simple ball you fancy there. Could have seen Gurbanov with a bit of space to go through. Very much the tentative opening manoeuvres at the moment. Good work by Bashimov. Urkinov is the man now. Looks like a foul there. Urkinov went down, didn't get the whistle, and still managed to get up and contest the ball. But it's going to be a throw, Bashimov to take. Well, just waiting for that moment. Somebody to pick up the ball. Good strength in the middle of the park there. Turzanov finds Gurbanov, who tries to run through a crowd of players and it doesn't quite come off, and again this time Alionov with a chance. Fancy Pakhtakor just a little bit more composed on the football without creating too much at the moment. Kolmatov is always wanting the ball there, receives it again, just shy of the halfway line as you can see. Leonov, Kolmatov looks for the diagonal, ricochet, and it's going to be a throw deep, as you can see here now in Ahal territory. Alionov gets it to Kolmatov, back to Alionov, tries to find a way through. Good play on there by the referee, real chance here. Not the greatest shot, snatched somewhat at it as it bounced up just in front of him there. Zamrovakov just took it across to his left foot, just popped up, and then before he'd taken a quick back lift, he was underneath the ball and up and over the crossbar. Geldiev, bit of space now for the centre half just to look for the pass forward. And a very poor ball forward there. Little rush with that ball through it. Easy for Pavlyuchenko to roll it out now to Azamedinov. He needs to settle down, or somebody needs to put their foot on the football. Turgayev gets it back. Nicely played by Turgayev to Ravshanov, but his pass is cut out easy on this near side. Flag surely going to go up in a moment. Indeed it does. Well, you do fancy for Koldakonov over there. That's the third time he's false started in the 100 metres final in the Olympics. He would have gone by now. A little bit closer this time. But the man on the near side, Turzanov, just stood up at the right time. But Ahal to play him offside. Soyunov tries to play it through the centre. A little bit bitty in the middle of the park at the moment. Real chance here now for Kolmatov. Far side. Urkinov scurries away. Turns. Bashimov tries to track him back. Chance here on the edge of the box. Lifted back in. Nice header down. And finally hooked away inside his own penalty area by Gurbanov. Referee wants it back a few yards, but it goes back to Hamad Aliyev, and now receives it again. Azamedinov elects to go long. Should be meat and drink on his near sides for Turzanov, who heads it back to his keeper Aliyev, who gets there first. In games like this, your commentator starts to try and pick out people that are going to dictate the play. Little midfield generals. Oh, what a poor ball that is. A real poor ball. And a very long, loopy challenge by Geldiev. And the referee, Jumpaida, thought there's no contact there whatsoever. And I tend to agree with him. Good refereeing. You really wouldn't want to see that one again there, Mr. Turgenboev. And the atmosphere a little quiet inside the stadium. Maybe that's the understanding of what this game actually means. Ahal playing a little bit of dangerous game. Ball's got a little bit out of control, and they finally lost it right in the middle of the park. So Mrowikov, Erkinov, flag is up on this near side for offside. And that is going to annoy Maxim Sheskich, because his side need to settle just a bit. There's a little bit of over-anxiety at the moment, trying to get forward. Which the side from Turkmenistan will be quite happy to accept the breaks in play. Nobody really getting hold of the football for long enough here. So a bit of joke here. Back to Amiraliev and Alyonov. And Turgenboev. He's got to try and get outside his man. Toe goes in. Pakhtakor throw. Taking his time with the throw. Not too happy with that, but good work back there by the man in your picture, Ravshanov, who got back and just made it difficult, and it seems to be very much supremacist. Nobody allowing anybody very long on the football, and therefore when they do get time or a bit of breathing space on the football, they're snatching somewhat, expecting pressure to be placed upon them. That's a rather up and under there by Azmedinov. Kolmatov loses his nice skill there in the middle of the park. Good feed as well, nicely played away there. Good work by Oja Mamadov. Ahal trying to work a little bit of space. What a poor ball that is. Had a real chance here by Koldokonov to drive forward. Koldokonov tries to play it to Erkinov. Erkinov for one. No, side netting. Well, that was the best chance of the game. And ironically, in the middle of the park, it was a loose touch by Ravshanov that put Pakhtakor in chance to go through. And it's the first corner of the match, going the way of the home side here. Koldokonov got it into Erkinov, and Erkinov just got the shot in. I think it's maybe just taken a deflection on the shoulders. A little bit off the toe of Turzanov. Ultimately, we'll see maybe more from this angle here. Yep, great covering by the left back. The clearest sight of goal there in this game. Turzanov is still down. Kolmatov with a corner. Turzanov have to go off for 30 seconds now. He's had the trainer on. That means that Ahal defensively, man light, under the new FIFA regulations. Can Pakhtakor take advantage? Kolmatov with the corner. It's broken free, and Erkinov puts it high over the top of the crossbar. He was in a little bit of a pocket there. Tagayev was the man that was trying to put him off, and put him off he did. Again, never really cleared the first man, and it was a wild left-footed swing ultimately from Erkinov. I understand there's a word in the ear of our referee there. They're checking for a possible penalty here. Tagayev, the man in your picture who was Erkinov. It's still looking. And he's going off to the side of the pitch now. Yusuke Araki, the man on VAR, has said, I think you better just have a look and make it clear in your own mind. This will bring music to Pakhtakor fans here. Tagayev was the man that put a challenge in on Erkinov. Yeah, definitely the standing leg is caught by Tagayev. Zubaida is having a little look. He's going through it frame by frame. Shots. This could come down to millimeters, I feel. Well, a referee, Mr. Ida, has actually given a penalty for a foul. Tagayev gets a yellow card. Gets a yellow card for it. It almost looked innocuous, but do sometimes wonder when you slow it down if intent just grows on an incident. But it's going to be a penalty now for Pakhtakor, 22 minutes on the clock. Kolmatov will take it. And he's up against Aliev. And he will just take his time. And the course of events, the course of the game, the whole shape of the game will rest on the next few seconds. Maxim Sheshki will be hoping the young midfielder can do the business and put his home side in front, whilst every Ahal fan around the globe will be hoping that the keeper in your picture there in red, Ahaliev, will find a save from the spot. Kolmatov. What a save that is by Ahaliev. They'll check this to see if he's come off his line, but that was a very good save. He's gone away to his right-hand side, as you can see from the very pictures. And Pakhtakor have spurned a chance presently of getting in front. And will that just put a little bit more intensity in Ahal's play today? Asmedinov tied us up. Very good save by Aliev to his right-hand side. Got two hands to it. Couldn't have been placed right in the corner, that's for sure. But now the break is on yet again. Cross into the box. Aliev will try and save it. He spilt it. Real chance here. Comes out. Should be 1-0. It is 1-0. Erkinov, the man with the goal. And what an awful mistake from hero to zero for the Ahal keeper. Ahaliev saves a penalty. Moments later, he spills a routine ball down by the side of the goal. Great work by Pakhtakor to get it back, and Erkinov comes in just to finish the goal. Well, Pakhtakor are in front, and that man will wonder exactly what's happened in the last 120 seconds, maybe. Erkinov fell by Tagayev. The penalty then missed by Kolmatov, saved by Ahaliev. And then a routine cross comes into the box, which Ahaliev spills. It's kept alive by Pakhtakor, and he manages to find Erkinov, who just side-foots it into the back of the net. Pakhtakor get their first goal of this year's Champions League. But really, the keeper Aliev with the biggest assist of the day. Unbelievable there. Crossing originally by Sabir Kodiev. That is a terrible mistake. Just allowed Pakhtakor to get it back to Erkinov, who just simply side-puts it into the back of the net without putting too much emphasis on sounding like a homie. it's exactly what this game needed. The Ahal now will have to change their game plan. And Pakhtakor get their first chance of putting their noses in front. Erkinov, the goal scorer. Kolmatov, his blush is a save. Real chance here of Alionov. Shot gets deflected wide. Ilyev got his back in the way. It's going to be a corner. Is that the moment that Pakhtakor's... Well, there we are. Tagayev has accumulated 3 cards. He misses the next match, which will be at home against Pakhtakor. Kolmatov curls the ball in. At the moment, Ahal just struggling to get it out of their danger zone. Not too sure about these foul throws not being looked at now. That looks to be an awful bending of the back there by Alionov with the throw. The Ahaliev there, 1 foot on the line, good save, not really into the side net, and then just moments later with a dreadful mistake which allowed Kordokonov just to drag the ball back to Erkinov. Erkinov again breaking down this side, decent ball in, 2-0, and Pakhtakor are enjoying themselves now. The man arriving on the scene, Turgun Boev with the head up on 27. Straightforward as you like. Erkinov's cross, Turgun Boev with the head up. You knew as soon as the cross went into the box, just looked as though it was saying head me into the back of the net, and that man in your picture, Turgun Boev, was the man that put a big forehead on it and buried it past Aliev, and all of a sudden Ahal are just starting to wobble here. Looking off with the cross, just look at the beauty of this cross here, hangs it up there. And Turgun Boev gets there, gives his man a call in front that was cutting across him. Kolmatov was there, who actually started that attack with a lovely little flick backwards, but really running on. If the football could have talked on the way through there, as soon as it was lifted into the box by Erkinov, it was saying somebody head me, and Turgun Boev just put a big forehead smack on the ball, and the pace of the cross onto the forehead past Ahaliev, who had no chance, and it's now 2-0 to Pakhtakor in a game they needed to win to put themselves back in the pack, and they lead by 2-0. And we haven't yet had half an hour of the game. Alionov clears down the line. That'll settle the home fans and the home team's nerves, but they won't want to shut off, although there's been very little coming the other way from Ahal at the start of this game. And again, simple football there. Really not very cleverly done by the visitors, Ahal. Not too sure. Alionov there with a different style of sort of hidden throwing, crouching tiger really with that one. He never really got himself off the ground at all to throw that ball in, but as I say, I'm very old school. I still believe in football boots of the colour of black with white laces maybe. Anyway, back to the halfway line it goes, and all the way back to the keeper Aliev. So, I wonder if part of him thinks, thank goodness it's 2 now, because my mistake doesn't mean we've lost the game or caused too much of an incident. It still was a poor mistake, and he has saved a penalty. 30th minute of the game. Pavlyuchenko, who's had very little to do. Alionov. Oh, it's a rather silly challenge there. Alionov tries to drive forward. I think that we're going to see Tursunov maybe spoken to by our referee here. Scorer Turganboev is the man that goes down, and Geldiev is not a happy man at the moment. Is there any need for that challenge, you might ask yourself, from Tursunov? There is a danger here for Ahal, 2 goals down, 30 minutes on the clock. But they may just be feeling a little bit frustrated. Tursunov does get a yellow card. It's the second dish out to the side that have travelled here today from Turkmenistan. Tagayev and Tursunov both in the book. As I say, Tagayev, the captain, misses the next match. Kolmatov. So that's Medinov. Aliev. Alionov. They don't really need to go throwing everything forward now, but they fancy their chances. Is something Kolmatov is trying to be that man that's what I would call the American-style quarterback for Pakhtakor. Alionov this time leaves a little bit on Ravshanov. What have Ahal got in their lockup? They need to arrest a little slide here. The live table will tell you that Pakhtakor now go up into 3rd place and Ahal drop to the bottom of the table based on the live score in Group A. But there is a game to play later on in this group. Very loose touch again. Erkinov tries to get onto the loose ball. Good break this time by Dineyev. Just a little bit sloppy with the football. Pakhtakor have managed to get it out near side. And now it's Gurbanov. Alionov and Kolmatov managed to smuggle the ball away. Erkinov, the target, takes it lovely on his chest. It's got support. Real move this is. Can they make it 3? Well, maybe. Sabir Kudjev and Saviev should maybe have got the ball across. Before the game, Ahal with 3 points and Pakhtakor with no points. Yeah, the difference is quite obvious when you look at the two sides currently on the field of play. Ahal look a little bit out of sorts. Geldiev. Kolmatov is there to try and force him backwards, which he does very, very well. Sinov. It's near side by Tursunov, who's caught in possession now. Real chance here. Turganboev, can he get the cross in? Waits to be overlapped. Alionov pulls it back. Geldiev will just try and play it out, but he gives it away. Kolmatov, edge of the box. Right foot. Geldiev blocks. Alionov comes in now. Can he get the ball across the face of goal? He can do. Flicked header. Wide this time by Koldrakonov. And Ahal, for want of a footballing cliche that everybody roll out, are the architects of their own downfall at the moment. There's playing football inside your own 18-yard box, but if you can do that and you have the ability and the technique to do so, then do so. But if you haven't, get it out of your 18-yard box. You're 2-0 down away from home in a Champions League group match, and you can't get it out. You need a bit of distance, you need a bit of breathing space. That's just me simply saying what I'm seeing here. Geldiev thumps it through the centre. The back five of Ahal will take a little bit of a breather whilst the ball is at the other end of the pitch here. On Aliev, Alionov. Pakhtakor sniffing victory with the scent of blood on their football in prey. And Aliev to Medinov. Pakhtakor can just take their time now and try and pick off their prey as they come forward. Azmadinov. Game management at the moment from Pakhtakor, 2 goals up. Looks a little bit uncomfortable, and indeed ended up being very uncomfortable, but Azmadinov's put the ball forward and back. Alionov manages to clear his lines for the Pakhtakor. Suyanov. That's a nice flick. Picks up the run of Bashimov. Bashimov tries to slip it through. Good covering back there by the captain, but he gives away the corner. Saviev. And it's the first corner of the match for Ahal. You can hear in the background, why do all these grounds have such a terrific trumpeter or cornet player? I don't know, they're superb players. I do love it. There's a real good atmosphere in the stadium. First corner of the match, Ahal, Tageyev to take. What can Ahal do here? Decent ball in. Kolmatov will try and win this back. Break almost on there. Bit of a loose touch by Koldarkonov. First half into the 37th minute. And you can sense the belief inside the Uzbekistan side. And 2 up, and they know that they have a real grip on this match. Alionov. Options all the time now. Turgenboev, the scorer of the second goal, supported well. Alionov. Pakhtakor would very happily just retain possession here. They're 2 to the good. Amraliev. Azmadinov. Alionov. At the moment, Ahal. Shuttle runs. Amraliev always got the option to his left. Azmadinov has given the ball away. Suyanov finds himself tight against the touchline now. All he could do was try and scoop it down the line. Nobody was moving off the ball there for the right-sided centre half for Ahal. Just a lovely replay. Look at that. Just screaming. Put your forehead on that. Such was the delicious delight of a ball played into the box for someone to run onto. Gurbanov loses out. Everything's a little hurried at the moment for Ahal when they're onto the football. Tursunov gets it forward. Gurbanov. You just feel at the moment Ahal is trying to buy themselves some time. They're working hard, but they're not quite finding time on the football to make things happen. I just feel as though they've just got to do something, a little jab in the ribs of their opponents, just to say, hang on a minute, don't think this is all your own way. But they're failing to find the opening to be able to do that to their hosts. Amraliev goes long. Erkinov is the man that scoots after it, but it's going to go all the way through to Ahaliev. Nice layoff, nice play this time. Just slipped on the ball there, but again, just feel it's a little hurried, although they moved the ball quicker that time. Samrabekov, Kolmatov, Alionov. Always options at the moment. Samrabekov. Move into the 40th minute. It's been a fairly eventful first 45. Penalty save after VAR had intervened as Erkinov went to get a shot from a corner that was cleared. Tageyev just caught him. VAR intervened and referee Ida gave the penalty to Pakhtakor. It was goalless at the time, and it remained goalless because Kolmatov's penalty was saved by the keeper, Ahal, away to his right-hand side. Which is 3 minutes later, a ball into the box by Sabir Kojev. Ended up being spilt down by his right post by Ahal. It was kept alive by Pakhtakor, and he found Erkinov, who just stroked it in as he laid it back with the keeper prone on the floor for 1-0. 1-0 became 2-0 shortly after that, just 4 minutes later, when a lovely cross from the scuttling Erkinov down the right wing for Pakhtakor fired a superb cross in, saying, "Head me, head me, head me," and Turgin-Boev turned up and rattled his head straight in to the ball, and the ball went into the back of the net. It was a superb header, lovely goal. We arrived now in the 41st minute with Ahal trying to find themselves a way back into a game that they've yet to really put any threat on the Pakhtakor goal. Atmosphere just drops off a wee bit. Ojan Mamadov was the man that plays it back, and now it's Suyanov. But again, the lack of cohesive play at the moment from the visitors. Ahal, who win their last 6 games in all competitions, won 2 and lost 4, so it's very indifferent from them. But then again, Pakhtakor with just 1 win, 1 draw and 4 defeats, also in indifferent form, but they'll be feeling very confident now as we approach the midway point of the 42nd minute. Ahal, Azmedinov, Safiev, Erkinov down the line. Safiev, ball has gone out of play on the far side. Manning a pitch there. Junpaida, a referee from Japan. Again, I had to mention him apart from a quick glance with the camera. Officiating excellently. Suyanov, Bashimov on the overlap. And it just doesn't work. Safiev cuts it out. Safiev will get it back. Well worked by Pakhtakor. Crossfield ball, looking for the run near side. Turgin-Boev wasn't going to get there though. Serdar Geldiev will have to look at his troops and galvanise them at the break, because we've yet to pick a pocket and find a hole and make things happen. You can see it's a pedestrian pace. It's not the hottest game in the world in terms of temperature, but Ahal haven't been able to break through Pakhtakor lines. Suyanov wants something to happen. He's asking people to come short. Ojan Mamadov goes short, allows a bit of space here for Geldiev. Geldiev though never really had it under control, plays it a lot against the legs of Kolmatov's. Gurbanov comes back, and they're making heavy weather, you feel, Ahal, trying to get it out of their half, and well, Gurbanov there never ever looked as though he was convincingly going to beat anybody, and it was nicely cleared back there by Ahal. And now a ball played against the chest of the returning left back. Tursunov gives the corner to Pakhtakor. There's a little bit of a dispirited feel about Ahal at the moment. They've got to face a corner. Sabir Kojev about to take this corner. Going to drag it away from goal. Goes short into the front post. Lovely layoff. If this goes in, it'll be a well-worked goal, but ultimately Terzanov has got a challenge in on Alionov, who comes in, who's left holding his yellow leggings just below the right knee. Alionov there, wearing leggings on a 16-degree night. 4 additional minutes to be played at the end of this first half. Ahal will be looking to get into the changing rooms to see if there's words of wisdom coming their way from Serdar Galdiev. The fans from Pakhtakor will be very pleased with his first 45 minutes. Into the first of the 4 additional minutes to be played at the end of the first half. That man there has got some work to do, Serdar Galdiev. Well, most people will be thinking of getting a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or maybe a bite to eat at the break. Ahal will need some reconstruction of their tactics in the second half. They've been a little bit short of ideas once it's come out of their defence. Saviev gets it away on the far side. It's going to be a throw for Ahal. Hashimov with not the greatest, I think, of throw-ins, but as is the want now of the referee's assistants, they don't tend to look at these quite so much. But you can hear from my voice that it is just starting to grate a little bit with your commentator. Galdiev. Touch there by Pakhtakor. Just allows it to be turned back to the Ahal keeper. Soyanov. You can see he looks up, he wants an option, and all his players are doing is saying you're going to have to go long. Well, that feeds the head of Hamraliev. He gets it back. He's a little further up the park this time. Soyanov clips it out far side. Little header by Erkinov away. Throw. Can Ahal fashion something right on the break? The answer to that is not if the Pakhtakor defence can deal with it. And in the end, they don't really deal with it. A little overweighted pass there. Left Asmedinov to clear the ball, but it was out of play. Hashimov. Better throw in this time for your commentator. Flicks off the head. Can Ahal fashion something late on in this first half? Hold up play there by Meredov. Terzanov. Suyanov. Galdiev is a man furthest forward, but again, Ahal with a chance to put it into the penalty area. They do so. Got a chance here. Keeper came off. Pavlyuchenko gets there. Shot's going to go in from distance. Pavlyuchenko's back. And in the end, Ravshanov was the man with the shot. Pavlyuchenko came a long way from home to punch that away. Looks okay. We've had the 4 minutes of added on time. I'm not sure whether Shumpaida, our referee, is going to add any more time on. Is that ball in again? Pavlyuchenko came a long way and fairly rattled into Meredov, who's gone down. And then the shot came in from distance from Ravshanov. And Pavlyuchenko had the presence of mind to back off very quickly. Ahmed Aliyev. So ball looking for the runner. Saviev goes out of play. The referee, Chimpaida, just making sure the allotted time added on. We're into the 6 minute of time to be added on, but there has been a few knocks in the time that was due to be added on. So we're playing the exact amount. Soyunov. It's just very loose play at the back at the moment from Ahal, and they're just struggling to really find a little bit of rhythm. Saviev looking off around the corner. Bit of an awkward one here for Soyunov to try and deal with, deep in his own half. Finally played forward, but again, just a little. Oh, that's a loose touch here. Can Ahal profit from this? Ivanov does not manage to beat his man. And Aliev. Alionov. And that is the end of the first half. And it's been eventful. Penalty given by VAR. After Erkinov got fouled by Tagayev, went to VAR and a penalty came. Kolmatov put it to the right, the keeper, Aliev, who went away and saved it. Hero, 2 minutes later, 0. A clipped cross in by Sergei Kodiev was dropped by Aliev down by his dead ball line. Kept alive by Koldokonov, who rolled it back to Erkinov, who came in and side-footed it in on 23 minutes to make it 1-0, and then just 4 minutes later, Erkinov was the supplier of a sublime cross which screamed "head me in," and Turgan Boev headed it in on 27. Ahal look all over the place at the moment. Pakhtakor growing with every moment. But at the break here at the Bunyar.Kor Stadium, it is nice to see. If you're a Pakhtakor fan, Pakhtakor 2, Ahal 0. Hello and welcome back to the Bunyar Court Stadium here in Tashkent, where the home side Pakhtakor lead the visitors Ahal by 2-0. And the visitors have got to find a little bit of something within at the moment. They've really failed to get hold of the football and get their foot on the ball, whereas the home side have grown in stature after a nervy start. Just going to run through the two sides for you. We'll start with the home side. In goal is Pavlyuchenko. Back four, right to left of Alionov, Hamraliev, Azmadinov and Savayev, the captain. They then have a midfield quartet. It's a sort of floating midfield, I would say. Turgenboev, Zamrobekov and Sabir Koziev and Kolmatov, and then it's Erkinov and Koldokonov up front that are making the inroads against Ahal, who have Ahaliev in goal, Tursunov the left back on a yellow card, Geldiev, Suyunov and Bashimov is your back four. Midfield trio of Ravshanov, Hoja Mamadov and Daniev, and then it's Meredov, Turgayev and Gurbanov at the top of the pile. Suyunov tries to play it through the centre, and again picked off rather easy by the home side. Pavlyuchenko just with the one sort of real bit of work to do late on in the first half, where a cross came into the box and he plowed his lone furrow through and punched it away. Geldiev gets it down, but it's not going to be kept in by Tursunov on the far side. Alionov slightly out of position now. Chance here for Gurbanov, but again, no real cohesive parting. Foul given there. Pirouette there. Sabir Koziev was the man that just got span around. Medinov and Hamraliev just exchanging passes. They'll just take the sting out there. Pakhtakor will have looked at what Ahal have to offer in this game, and so far it hasn't been a great deal, although it's 2-0. Suyunov gets the header down. It's not the greatest bit of work by Daniev, and again it's easily picked off by Pakhtakor. And just look at a little bit more, dare I say, with it in terms of football. That could come though with the benefit of a 2-goal lead, so I shouldn't be too dismissive for the visitors. Loose touch that. In the end, Tursunov fell over his own feet. Chance now. Alionov comes inside. Turgenboev scoop forward looking for the run for the captain Saviev, but a little inaccurate. Saviev will get there. It's done really well. Picks a nice pass out this time. Koldokonov gets it back. Player down injured. Turgenboev just puts the ball at a plate. Very sporting. There's Tursunov, who sort of collapsed, tripping over what I said, tripping over his own feet, but maybe just irritated something in doing so. Yeah, just point of the toe went in and extended the ankle. The body went over the top. That's very much known as footballer's ankle. There's a lateral band goes right over the front of the ankle there, and it's where the foot goes, the body goes over the top, and the footballer's strap across the front of the ankle gets stretched, and I can tell you it's very painful. There's not an injury on the football field I don't think I've had Anyway, ball goes forward here. Pakhtakor try and get it forward with Alionov. He's got support from Kolmatov. Turgenboev trying a lovely bit of work. Flag goes up very quickly there. Now why? And this is the commentators ask, why did the flag go up so early then? Simply because the play was right in front of the linesman and it was clearly offside, but he didn't let the game pan out then flag, whereas if he clearly sees somebody's offside before, he'll let it go on for 10 or 12 seconds before flagging. Maybe that was instinct there. Anyway, Geldiev being held back there by Gurmanov now. Still sat on the far side, Tursunov. He's on a yellow card anyway, but I suppose from the words of Ahal, Captain Tagayev got a yellow card for the challenge on Erkinov that gave away the penalty. He misses the next match. It looks as though Tursunov's game's over, but on this near side, Bashimov slips a lovely ball in. Real chance here. And Pavlichenko gets the ball away. Daniev with the first effort. And the first change comes. And Hojam Hamadov comes on to test my linguistic skills. To replace Tursunov. Corner here for Ahal. Can they find a way back in, a route into this game? Can they set a little nerves flutter around all the fans inside the stadium here, Bunyadkor Stadium, as Medinov is being spoken to by a referee, Junpei Ida. All the officials from Japan today. He's assisted by Izan Nishihashi and Koto Watanabe on the field of play. Cross will go in from the corner, flicked header near post. Daniev again underneath it and up and over the crossbar. Daniev sort of elected to use the outside of the right boot here. A left-footed shot may have been required. And that flick was never really get a trouble. Pavlichenko put it away for a corner. Alionov now on the break forward. Turgenboev gets it back to him. Can he put the ball in? Real chance here. Kolmatov, he's got a couple to aim for. Chips it up nicely, but over everybody. Saviev keeps it on the boil for the Pakhtakor, who will start again from halfway line from Medinov. Aliev peeks the diagonal out. Erkinov the target. Bashimov hosts it up in the air. The flag goes up on the far side. Large effect on the game is going to come from how Pakhtakor deal with this next 45 minutes. They are ahead by 2. Good work by Bashimov. Ball inside by Sex, everybody. Alionov gets it to Kolmatov. Kolmatov out now to the Mboev. Good run by Kolmatov. Lad now faced up on the far side by Geldiev. A lot more. Flag goes up. It's going to be offside. Turgenboev knew he was offside as well. Kolmatov always willing to come and get the ball. Talk about the American style quarterbacks in football. Somebody's going to make it happen, and Kolmatov has been pretty sort of dynamic in his play. He gets involved in all areas. Aliev plays it to Suyanov. Well, ahead of the game later on today between Alain and Althaya, who themselves will play the return leg in the next group stages. The table has Pakhtakor and Ahal on 3 points apiece. Saviev, Asmedinov, Hamraliev, Alionov. Looking for the run through the centre. Koldokonov is putting pressure on, but the flag goes up for offside to onside. He's eager, is Koldokonov. Geldiev. Soyunov. Easy header away by Saviev. Good stretch in the middle of the park. Flag will go up again now. He knows he's offside. I made the joke about false starts. He'd have been out of the race by now, but Koldokonov is finding space. Unfortunately for him as a centre forward, the bags of space he's finding is in an offside position. Uzbekistan Pakhtakor fans making the loudest noise inside this Bunyodkor stadium. Ahal have yet to really find their straps. Good work then by Daniev, but whether it's going to be kept in play on the far side by Hoja Mohamedov, but he's lost it, and now the break is on. Turban Boev doesn't get that. Good covering across the back line. It's for Pakhtakors to lose, you fancy now. Ahal have yet to really seriously inflict any consternation on the rear guard of Pakhtakor at all in this game, and they need to make Pakhtakor just think at the moment. Their ball retention is often at the back as Geldiev goes back to Ahaliev, and that's given away. Hamraliev tries to play it forward, but again it's loose play and hands go in there. Hoja Mohamedov was a man that blocked the ball as he tried to carry it out. A cut for long figures the Ahal side. If I was a fan of theirs, emotively wrapped up with them, thinking to myself here, they're looking for something to inspire them instead of somebody saying I'm going to inspire them. Asmedinov fires it in, and it's wide. It's a long way out, and quite ambitious for a centre half, but he obviously fancied his chances. Just waiting for something to happen as opposed to making it happen, you fancy. Ahal. Soyunov. Felt for the right-sided centre half. He's had to try and pick passes out. In the end, Hamraliev cuts it off there. You can see the consternation of the teammate that ran onto that. There's no press on the football. Pakhtakor, can he get onto it? No. He'll be a happy man. That's in Shashki. Geldiev, his opposite number, will be a little bit concerned. Enough long ball forward, easy header away by Saviev. Control of the football isn't there. Saviev with the header. He'll get a chance just to roll it back. With one ball, the pressure's on the returning. Real chance here. Real chance. Turgan Boev, 3-0, all his own work. Turgan Boev makes it 3-0 on 59 with a helping hand from the rear guard of Ahal. A real mess. And that is the game put to bed, you know now. Second goal for that man in your picture, Turg'unboyev. We'll watch it unfold. It was a tepid attempt to get the ball back to his keeper. It's just a long Hamraliev with the ball. Hojan Mohamedov, poor header back, and then just really good skill from an acute angle by Turg'unboyev to take it away from the opposing Ahaliev. And then once that happened, it was an open goal. He just had to have the presence of mind, and he did it really, really well. But the substitute there, Hojan Mohamedov, really got it all wrong. Left his keeper in no man's land. His header was well short. Turg'unboyev, lovely little touch there, and then the presence of mind to steady himself, just to roll it and caress it into the back of the net. And that is the end of Ahal's resistance, you feel, in this game.
Replaced by player number 30, Abdurrahmanov Alibek.
We have a change as well, which has happened while I was dealing with that. And it's 3-0 for Pakhtakor. Deniev and Meredov off. And Anayev comes on. Well, they've got to do something. But at the moment, in the first 61 minutes, Ahal have produced very little. But they do have a corner here. Targayev. Can I get a quick answer back? No, doesn't beat the first man. And the man that just made the error there, Hojan Mohamedov, this time manages to settle himself enough to get it across. Ali, yeah, puts it forward. Targayev is offside. And there's an all-assault searching going on from Ahal here. I will never criticise any footballer on a field of play of not trying. I think they're trying, but it's just... it's one of those days when they are struggling to get anything really telling put together. Now, whether that's the opposition again, a loose ball out this time by Hamraliev. Up to the edge of the box, back heel. And that's just, again, who's going to take it? And a big chance there. Medinov gets caught late, and a yellow card is brandished to the man in your picture. But Avshanov gets himself a yellow card. Fair play to the centre half there. He knew it was coming. Felt it. Now looking at that face, there's a bit of a breather going on. A good old magic spray. I'm sure they'll be using that for their hair before they come out for the post-match interviews as well. That spray does everything, I can tell you. Free kick, as Medinov is the man that's going to take it. 3-0 Pakhtakor. And now, in terms of goals scored, even though their goal difference is worse than the side of Fayat, who will be playing later, they have moved up into second in the live table with a game to go. Real chance here, slipped through. Turg'unboyev! Ahaliev smartly off his line. Could sense a possible chance of a hat-trick. If you are of the persuasion of supporting Ahal, it has been a a little bit of an awkward showing for them today. Haven't really produced anything that is free-flowing. Good chance here. Hoja Mohamedov flicked away on this near side by Safiev. Birkenov works well, but gives the corner away. And now Tagayev just has to make sure the belly of the ball will clip the quadrant on the corner. Pavlyuchenko stands there, but again right across the face of goal, and Safiev elects to go the other side. No calling, he says. Wasn't a great corner, in fairness. Gurbanov will take this one on the opposite side. Gurbanov, better ball in, nice header away as well. As Medinov will be put under pressure, but not enough not to get the ball away down this near side. Real chance here. Good bit of skill by Kolmatov. Kolmatov, can he find the pass? No, caught in two minds. Well, one back this time by Pakhtakor. Safiev. Pakhtakor need to take no chances whatsoever in this game now. They're 3-0 to the good, and they've got a side completely under their spell. Medinov back to Hamraliev. Hoja Mohamedov brings it down. Just been a little bit stilted at times there. But Avshanov, Soyunov. Be fair to say that most of Ahal's passes that have found their target have gone backwards, although this one's a very good one through the centre. Real chance, and in the end Abdurrahmanov just couldn't get the shot away. Decent ball through the centre for the first time, and Abdurrahmanov got the wrong side of Safiev but couldn't finish it. Is that a little glimpse for Ahal to try and build on? Rashanov, Hoja Mohamedov. Not long again, but easily picked off this time. Little tweak at the back as well. The two centre halves have flipped, and that Soyunov is playing more to the left of the back of the centre halves, and Galdiev coming to the right, just temporarily anyway. Ahal trying to come forward. Tagayev, Rashanov, and again it's a complete flip because Bashimov has gone to left back as well. Now Hoja Mohamedov has come across to the right, so the back four has had a reconstruction during this second half. Soyunov, Hoja Mohamedov tries to run on, but it's easily picked for Pavlyuchenko to come out to the right of his penalty area, as you saw, as we faced it, his left. Amreliev, on the top of the target, but easily headed back to Tagayev. Again, that first touch there in the middle of the park isn't the best one that you will have seen from Hoja Mohamedov. Pakhtakor still on a -2 goal difference at the moment. They would love to utilise this 3-goal lead to try and level that up. And a real chance here on the run on here. Erkinov and Galdiev. Erkinov on the ball. Can he fire it across? He can. A little bit there from Ahaliev. Just gets enough on it. But again, Ahal wastes the ball, but it's come off the hand of Alianov, according to the referee today, Asian Baid. Flag goes up for offside. Tagayev with the body language that sort of suggests that it's all a little bit tough out there. So we just look back at that save by Ahaliev. Pace there by Erkinov to get away from Oja Mohamedov and Suyanov. And then Galdiev. Well, these two meet again in match day 4 here in this Group A Champions League game. Both of the managers will know enough about the opposition now. But who can take the confidence into the next match? Well, Pakhtakor manages to spin away. He's done really well there. Tackled a few times in the middle of the park. Referee has spotted it. Shanov with the first nibble. He's got to be very careful. He's on a yellow card. Pace that of Erkinov didn't just take him away from the defence of Ahal, but it took him away from the trailing forwards of his own side. Into the final 20 minutes. And for the auspices of everybody joining our world feed here, Pakhtakor well in advance of their visitors Ahal. They've played very, very well today. Ahal have found it very difficult to fashion anything of any note. Erkinov now tries to get the ball down, being trapped by Oja Mohamedov. Erkinov, lovely reverse ball. Turgenboyev with a chance. Erkinov comes in, gets the second shot in as well. Turgenboyev now drags it back. Gurbanov manages to get the ball forward. But it's you don't need me to say it's been easy for the side in yellow to pick holes and find space against their visitors Ahal, who have struggled to make an impact in the game so far. As Medinov puts it forward, Hoja Mohammed with another poor header back. Captain Saf is in. Can he finish? No, he can't. Thinks he's got a goal kick, but I think that could be saving a little bit of captain space there. That's the second time that Hoja Mohamedov has pulled a header back poorly. This is one earlier on as well. They're just running through the gaps and the spaces. Two changes coming. Kamadov is one of those coming on. And it is the two forward players that are going to move. And it's his Premislav Banasak and Kamadov coming on. Well, Banasak has been played up front in most of the games, and he has a chance straight away, but the whistle goes. Kolmatov, the man that's been very busy, very industrious in the middle of the park, topping up all over it. His pitch map would be very good. Stoyanov. Geldiev goes long this time. Not the greatest effort of a clearance, but it's worked out fine for Asmadinov. Sense here that Pakhtakor can manage this game now. Good run here by Kamadov. Can he win the battle back there with Geldiev? He can do. Well played again by Pakhtakor.
Substitution.
Amiraliev.
Pakhtakor. Player number 11.
Alionov, first touch a little heavy. Just allows the cross coming over and put away into the stands on the far side. Bajimov was the man that got there.
Replaced by player number 19, Przemysław Banaszak.
Just the announcement for the offsides there, 12 from Pakhtakor. And I would hate to say this, but I'm going to. Pakhtakor, I think, is responsible for about 8. But he's now on the bench. He's found himself a little space, done his job, worked hard. And you know when it's a bad day at the office if you're an Ahal fan, because the simple things don't go right, like trying to trap the ball. Kolmatov now turns. Across the face, a goal, real chance. Can he get a second attempt? Good save by Ahal. Not the greatest bit of skill there. And Banaszak. But again, Ahal haven't got it away. Stoyanov gives it away now. Almost testimonial football at times from Pakhtakor here. Enjoying the freedom of being 3 goals to the good.
That's the attendance today at 2110.
Kolmatov. Real chance here, back. But it's just cleared. Alionov was the final shot. Lifted forward by it. 7.5 Amiraliev, and it's just becoming a real torture here for Ahal to try and clear this ball at all. Kolmatov again. Just runs off his man there, plays it out. Safiev crosses it deep, real chance. In the end, headed it on the way down on the far side. And that was coming in round the back was Roborov. There's a chance this moment to go for Przemysław Banaszak. Just got his feet all wrong and almost got it. Lunge in. Well, Serdar Geldiev, the head coach of Ahal, will want to try and consign this performance, you fancy, to the back of the mind for when these two sides meet again in the next round of matches. You knew the size of the task today, but that is symptomatic. That crossfield ball there by Stoyanov is a little bit lazy, a little bit tired, a little bit weary. One of the better performers today for Ahal, trying to make things happen. But it's been a very, very, very subdued performance from the side from Turkmenistan. A couple more changes coming on. Kimi Bienmerk is about to come on. Time to get some minutes in some legs that maybe haven't been playing so often. Nice touch on the far side. Good break. Pull back. Head out. Good save. Could it be turned in? Oh, and it's gone wide. And a man that possibly did deserve a goal, Kolmatov. First to react again from midfield. Vanasek with a header. Great cross. Vanasek with a header. Good save by Ahal. Kolmatov just find the ball going behind him on his right hand side, trying to drag it round. Couldn't quite do it.
Substitution for Pakhtakor. Play number 27, Sardor Saburkhojaev, replaced by play number 14, Mark Kimber.
Well, it is Merk coming on for Serbir Kujaev, and no hat-trick for Turban Boev either. He's making way. Headed goal, and he made the most of the error by Hojam Mohammadov to turn it into an empty goal after skipping past the keeper for his second into the final 10 regulation minutes of the game. And it is a game that is safely in the grasp of the home side, Pakhtakor. Medinov tries to play it out near side. Right idea, wrong way of playing it. Romanov trying to get the ball forward, but again it's all too easy for Pakhtakor to finally smuggle it away. Vinoev plays it back, lifted forward. Again, they give the ball away right in the middle of the park, and it's Zamrovakov that tries to feed it forward, but Zamrovakov, Merk doesn't get there, goes down in a heap. Chance again, Alionov, can he get it and field it across? He slips it in. Vanasek tries to get around the back of Hojam Mohammadov, but doesn't quite happen. Pakhtakor have had a little bit of a in and out domestic season, even though they're running away with the Uzbekistan League. Recent form's been a bit patchy. Over the last 82 minutes, their confidence has been soaring. Saviev to Merk. Asmedinov goes long, but too long. This is Banasek's header. Kolmatov just couldn't get it swivel on him with his left foot. Good covering again now. Kolmatov winning the ball back. Merk goes long. This is a chance here. Banasek is in. Urbaniev is the only man up there. Banasek clips it in. Urbaniev tries to set it back to Banasek. Urbaniev, shot goes in. It's the inside of the post this time. Well, they were lining up there, and it was Kamadov that got the shot off in the end. After Romanov is caught late. Kolmatov's going to get himself a yellow card for that challenge. The goal could and should possibly have made it 4-0. It was very much after you, sir, inside the penalty area then. A little bit of a wild lunge ultimately there. Look at this. Urbaniev gets it back. Urbaniev gets it back out again, and finally the shot goes in there from Kamadov that hits the inside of the post. And again, it's a ball this time from Stoyanov that doesn't find its intended target. And Pakhtakor again show the belief and the confidence to drag it forward here again. Safiev slips it through. Kolmatov, Banasek the target, doesn't get there. Cleared by Stoyanov. It's going to be a corner. Runs from midfield cause it Ahal all sorts of problems. Kimi Bien Merk about to take this corner. Sends it in. Geldiev almost caught at the back post by Banasek. Burimboev. Again, in goes the cross ball. That'll be allowed to run out of play on the far side by Gurbanov. Ahal have been resigned to their fate from a long way out in this game, I have to say. And I think they're looking forward to getting in the changing rooms. But they now know an awful lot more about their opponents, who they're going to be meeting match day 4 on their own patch. But they'll need to find a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of a leader, a little bit of a string puller in an attempt to arrest the confidence away from Pakhtakor, who have been pretty much on top throughout this game. Geldiev, Stoyanov tried to find Abdurramov, but he can't, and it's Azmedinov that goes back to Pavlyuchenko, who's had a rather easy day. And again, the forward press is beaten easy by Pakhtakor, and Safiev comes forward with the football. He's got options. Kimi Bien Merk. There's going to be a couple more changes late on in the piece here for Ahal. But in terms of changing the course of the history in the previous 86 minutes, I don't think that's going to happen with the 2 substitutions. But they're going to be made. Limboev. That's a side-footed shot that goes in by Kamadov. Well, Umarov is on, and he's going to replace Ravshanov. And off goes the influential Kolmatov. Brashimov is the other man that is removed from the field of play. One of those days for Ahal where the simplest of simple things have been very difficult to do, whether that's the pressure that's been exerted on him. Nice work by Merk.
Substitution for Pakhtakor. Player number 28, Dior Holmatov, replaced by player number 77, Dilshod Saidov. Substitution for Ahal.
Really,
player number 5,
Mamiev is on now.
Mohammed, replaced by player number 77, Mamiev Begench. Substitution for Ahal. Player number 8, Ravshanov Adilbek, replaced
chance
by
again.
player number
Alionov
18,
comes forward, he's still
Umarov
going.
Salim.
And he's stopped. They are a dispirited outfit, Ahal, today. Now struggling to find any presence on the football, and they've done that for the 90 minutes. They will have to find some reserves in match day 4 in Group 8 when they face Pakhtakor on their own patch. 89 on the clock. Turgayev, who will miss the next match. Tagayev got a yellow card for fouling Erkinov in the first half. Mamiev tries to get on, but coming across to tidy up as Medinov puts it out of play. Amiev with the throw in. And that is a little bit difficult to take if you're an Ahal fan. You just want the world and the game to end right now. They're just trying to damage limitation in these final few moments, moving to the 90. Could be the first time a side that are trailing by 3 goals to 0 will look at the board and hope it's no more than 1 or 2 minutes to be added on. Mohamedov to Tagayev, who's trying to get involved deep on. Mohamedov. Is in the middle of the park, but it's just retaining possession at the moment. Foul has been given. Shot from distance was a little bit ambitious. Well, there's 5 more minutes to be played, a minimum of, here at the end of the match. Man in your picture there, Matsin Shashkik, very, very happy with his side performance. That man there, who misses the next game, Tagayev, not very happy with that last challenge. He's had the trainer on, so he's going to have 30 seconds of the minimum of 5 off the field of play. Just down the Achilles on the... Wow, it's a little bit of they're coming together, and also a little bit of pronation there. Rolling those deltoid ligaments. Well, Captain Safeyev has stotched his side. Play really well. Real chance here though, chance for them to break forward. Mamiev tries to get inside of Azmedinov, who's picked his way through, but his ball forward doesn't find Banasek. Geldiev, Mamiev. He blindly turns it inside. Merck will clear. Bit of control in the middle of the park there by Umarov, who's trying to make things happen, but it's getting tighter and tighter in there. Challengers given a chance of a free kick. Tagayev back on. Back to goal for Geldiev. Finds a nice pass out there. Shot goes in. But again, a tame effort ultimately going in by Anayev. And the break goes forward. We're into the third of a minimum of 5 to be played. Fine defending going back towards his own goal by Suyanov. Pakhtakor, they'll just want to keep it at that end of the field now for the next 2 minutes. Saitov. Aliev. Saitov wins it back, bit of space here. Can he find a cross in? He hasn't got anybody in the penalty area. Alianov comes out. Chance here for Merck. Shot goes in, gets a second attempt as it comes back. And Kimi Bienmia presented with an opportunity. First strike good, second strike came at him quite quickly on the deflection back into his feet. And sorted his feet out. Soyanov forward. Nice layoff. Off goes down rather too easily. Again, it's just hacked away. Safiev. Run across his body. Hojan Mohamedov puts it all the way back to Aliev. Hojan Mohamedov goes forward again. It's just not sticking at all throughout this whole game for Ahal, and that has been half their problem. Aliev saved the penalty from the boot in the first half of... just double check my notes actually. It was a penalty that Kolmatov missed. Saved by Ahaliev, but it was Ahaliev's mistake some 60 seconds later that allowed the centre forward Konov to get it back to Urkinov to fire it in for 1-0, and that really was the moment that belief of the game plan for Ahal almost dissipated, and Pakhtakor grew, and they're running forward again now. What can they find out this time? Well, you can see, I don't need to say any more for you, can I? Because Zamravekov got it right aside of the ear roll, and away it went. There's the man that scored the first goal on the bench now and set up the second goal for Turban and Oev to actually thump the header in, and then just opportunities then kept coming in the way of Pakhtakor. And Ahal have looked at a slightly dispirited side. That is the end of the match, and it went the way of the host. They won by 3 goals to 0. They had a penalty early on. Urkinov was fouled by TKM. Kolmatov missed it, saved by Ahaliev, but just a minute later Ahaliev dropped a clanger, and it was very, very easy for Konov to roll the ball back to the on-running Urkinov to slap in on 23 minutes. On 27, Urkinov's cross, as a beautiful cross in, was met by the forehead of Turgenbayev, who headed it in for 2-0, and into the second half, a just straightforward long ball over the top, and a substitute had just come on. Hojan Mahamadov tried to head it back to Ahaliev, and who was there but Turgenbayev, just to take it around the keeper and slip in from an acute angle. Ahal have had an afternoon or an evening to forget. They really haven't produced any cohesive play, but these two meet again in match day 4 in Turkmenistan, when Ahal will take on Pakhtakor. Now both know a little bit more about each other now, but today it has been Pakhtakor's 90 minutes. They have simply brushed away their Turkmenistan opponents with those 3 goals, and Ahal can have no concerns at all. It finished here, Pakhtakor 3, Ahal 0.